fantasy football tips, 5 players to pick and 5 to avoid in Premier League Gameweek 5. The fixtures for Premier League Gameweek 5 bring up some cracking matches, giving opportunities for certain players to take advantage of their lesser opposition and pick up valuable points. Others will struggle despite showing some good early form in games that, if any clean sheet points are acquired, will be a bonus. Sadio Mane, Phillip and Raheem impressed in Game Week 4, but who features this week? We've given you 5 players to pick this weekend if you want to make a bang, and 5 players that would be in your best interest to avoid. The Chelsea left wing-back tops the charts at the moment with 44 points, and the Blues will have plenty of the ball against Saturday's opponents Cardiff City. Neo Warnock likes to sit back and catch teams on the counter-attack, which will give Alonso plenty of opportunities to raid forwards and add to his impressive assists and goal record. Finally, coming into his own for Spurs, Lucas Moura's 2 goals against Manchester United added 15 points to the Brazilian's total, moving him into the top 10 for overall points scored, although perhaps he didn't kick on as expected against Watford. In his current form, the former PSG winger could catch Liverpool off guard. A risky pick, yes, but it's highly likely that Moura could thrive in the big game at the weekend. The Wolves goalkeeper has started life in England rather well, earning his first clean sheet away from home against West Ham and making a stunning save to deny Marko Arnautovic at 0-0. Patricio is currently the 8th best keeper in fantasy football, but is likely to gain some clean sheet points against a struggling Burnley side, who suffer away from Turf Moor at the best of times. Sounds obvious, I know. Arguably the best player in the Premier League and the 4th best midfielder going into Game Week 5. Eden Hazard must be licking his lips at the prospect of facing Cardiff at Stamford Bridge. Do not be surprised if the Belgian international's 27 points has a significant increase after this weekend, with Hazard slowly hitting his top form. 4 of the top 5 players for overall points are defenders, with Mendy taking 5th spot at this early stage. The City wingback has blossomed since returning from injury, providing 5 assists in 4 games. With Guardiola's opponents Fulham most likely to adopt a fearless approach, there could be plenty of space to exploit in behind for the lightning-quick Frenchman, who landed another assist while on international duty. Despite his good form in United's opening 4 games, the concussion Luke Shaw suffered against Spain whilst on England duty could mean the 23-year-old misses out against Watford. Shaw, who is the 9th best defender thus far, could improve on his 21 points if picked, but due to his injury status, fantasy players are running the risk of wasting a pick. Therefore, Shaw is one to avoid. After missing the first 3 games for Fulham, Mawson played the full 90 minutes in the Cottagers' 2-2 draw with Brighton. Although the former Swansea man is almost certain to start again, with Fulham's opponents being Manchester City, it's probably best to leave Alfie out for Game Week 5. Sounds surprising, but hear us out. Mo Salah has started the season well with 2 goals and an assist, leaving the Egyptian just outside the top 10 for overall points at 12th. However, if there was ever a time to leave Salah out, it would be away from home against arguably the best defense in the league. Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld's sole focus will be to nullify the Egyptians' threat, making it very difficult for the Liverpool forward to add to his 27 points. Cardiff City's keeper is a surprising early leader as the goalkeeper with the highest overall points. The Filipino stopper lead by 8 points, largely helped by the 16 points he acquired against Newcastle. Despite his exploits, a trip to Stamford Bridge could spell trouble for the Bluebirds. We think Etheridge is one to avoid for this week, with Hazard and Co likely to put a few past the 28-year-old. Theo Walcott has made a very promising start to the season, bagging 2 goals and an assist as well as sitting 8th in the midfielders' points list. Don't be fooled, however, by Everton's fixture at home to West Ham being a big chance for Walcott to increase his tally. As the former Arsenal midfielder is still recovering from a rib injury and according to Fantasy Premier League only has a 75% chance of playing. That's enough to avoid him in our opinion.